You're looking live at Victoria Rec Center for Bantam B1 Matinee Hockey in District 6 action. Featuring the two Bantam B1 teams in Chaska-Chanhassen. It'll be the visiting gold Stormhawks wearing the visitors' blue and gold jerseys, taking on the home team today, Chaska-Chanhassen purple. Gold enters this D6 matchup with a 3-4-2 record in District 6 standings. And 3 points behind them is purple with a 2-7-0 record. Gold winners of two straight. Is that right? Yeah, 1 scrimmage, 1 regular season game. They're 3-5-2 in their last 10. And then, at least according to the schedule on Youth Hockey Hub, purple is 1-9-0 in their last 10. Despite the records, purple having a well below 500 record, these two teams have played a couple times and have been pretty evenly matched. Both times won by gold. I think both times a two-goal win. This is the first of 2 D6 games for gold. They'll take on Minnetonka tomorrow night at 7 o'clock in Minnetonka. I think so. There she is. Meanwhile, Chaska-Chanhassen purple, they're off for until I believe next Friday or Saturday. They'll take on Jefferson and then New Prague. Starting lineup for the gold team, it'll be Kieran Kurtt at center, Michael Asanoff at left, and Dawson Perry at right. Same lines as the last game. And then Quinn Johnson and Josh Lund, your defenseman, and Nathan Brand in net. Braden O'Connell is the right wing. Luke Terrell the center. Now Kieran Kurtt comes out with it into the zone. He'll backhand it in and go chase. Donovan Madsen for purple. Nope, it's first picked up by Asanoff right to the side of the net for Perry, but he couldn't handle the pass. And out comes purple. Here's O'Connell up with Madsen down on his left. Squeezed off by Johnson and picked up by Perry. Perry reverses it into the skates of Johnson. He had no idea it was there. Now thrown right to Perry. He'll go cross ice to Asanoff and out of the zone as the puck goes behind Asanoff. Here's Madsen, flips it high to the red line. Picked up by Terrell. Almost fanned on the pass there, bothered by Perry right outside the blue line. Kurtt jumps on it. Bouncing puck at the blue line, eventually picked up by Colleran. Nobody quite knows where the puck is. A couple of forwards going for a change for gold, and Colleran throws it in. Lund to pick it up there. Bothered by Terrell. Now it's Johnson. Johnson will flip it high out, kicked in, and offsides. As Weens was coming in off a change, he got the puck into his skates just outside the gold zone, and it kicked in as another purple player was coming back onside. Tesmer to take the face-off against Spalding. Goes off a Spalding skate, eventually finds Olson. Olson down the left side. His shot is blocked up high by Henry Johnson, and Henry Johnson throws Olson into the wall. There's good pressure there. Almost able to pick up the puck at neutral ice, or in the Stormhawks, or in the gold zone. Now it's flipped in deep by Weens. He battles with Bigglebach, getting help from Spalding. Purple comes out with a look for a pass to Jackson, and that's intercepted. And out comes gold. Olson down the left side has Hokkanen flashing to the net. Shot right on. It's Parrington in net for... No, I'm sorry. Yes, Mikey Parrington in net for the purple team. Here's Spalding, leaves it for Palmquist. Palmquist touches it over to Olson. Olson will throw it around, and it'll have to be Bigglebach to pinch. A little slow in happening, and that was a little slow development, resulting in a 2-on-1 rush. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication by Bigglebach and whoever the right wing was there. Hokkanen, perhaps. Now it's rimmed around, kept in by Flannery to Jackson. Backhanded to Schmid, and that's intercepted. Palmquist, one-touch pass to Hokkanen, and then he passes it out of the zone right to the stick of a purple player. And Hokkanen able to get it in deep and go for a change. Now Waisanen forechecking. It's up to Schmid. Schmid will go across his own zone. Now through neutral ice, off of the stick of Ty Johnson. Now flipped ahead for Waisanen. It's out of his reach. Kicked in deep. Waisanen digs it out. He's got Ramaka alone in front. Waisanen whacks at it, and it's gathered up by Harrington for a whistle. Good forecheck there. Waisanen creating a turnover. Feeds it to Ramaka in front. Gets a backhand on. Ramaka, the team leader in goals this year, was 16. The puck in the skates of Ramaka, then comes to Lindell. Ramaka try to help out, loses the handle, but it slides right to Lund at center ice. He'll flip it in, and it'll be Lindell and Waisanen first to forecheck. Waisanen gets a stick on it, bounces high off the glass. Now it rolls out to Lund. Lund takes a slap shot at a rolling puck. It's hard to get much on it. It didn't find its way through to the net. And it's shoveled down the ice. It'll be Girding on it. Girding will leave it in the corner. Lindell coming in hard, throwing a check. I think that's O'Connell that comes out with it, feeds it up to Stewart. Long shot, he scores! No, that was Lucy. Lucy from up high through some traffic and beat Brandt over I believe it was over his right shoulder. And I don't think he saw it on its way there. And it's 1-0 Purple with 11:35 to go in the opening period. It may have been the first shot. I think that was the first shot on net by Purple. A chance for Purple right off the faceoff. O'Connell down the right side. He gets a shot. Kick save. Kurtt whacks at it. Now flips it high and out. Perry kicking at it. Gets it across the red line and able to get it into the Stormhawk zone. Still battling with Lucy. Lucy escapes that pressure. Knocked down. Now it's Palmquist. Up ahead to Perry. He has his stick lifted nicely by Lucy. Lucy's been good so far in this game. Lucy escapes the check of Azanoff and stood up there by Perry, and that is going to allow Gold to pick it up. Kurtt will go D to Johnson. Johnson off the glass and out. Stewart had to stop as he gathered it on the other side of the blue line. Stewart now dumps it in. It'll be Johnson on it. Johnson escaping a Weens check, bounces it over to Kurtt, who dumps it into the corner. He whacks at it, bouncing puck in the corner. Johnson and Kurtt trying to dig away against Weens and Terrell. Comes to the near side, all the way up to the point for Madsen to touch it ahead for Jackson. His shot, blocker save by Brandt over to Perry. He's going to flip it down the ice and go for a wholesale change. Here's Henry Johnson up to Jackson, turned over to Olson. Olson over across to Hokkanen. He fanned on the shot. Hokkanen throws it through the top of the crease. It will be Spalding to leave it for Bigglebach. His shot off a shin guard. And then he's tied up, resulting in a 2-on-1 rush if they hurry. Good back pressure by Olson. Going to slow up that rush. Schmid gives it down to Jackson. Jackson back to Schmid. Nice little give and go. Doesn't quite happen. And then Henry Johnson will flip it in. It's Schmid now down low. That's kicked away from him. Comes to Olson. He'll flip it high and out. Right to the stick of Hokkanen, although it bounces his stick to the far side. It's going to slide in on net to Brandt. He's going to push it over into the corner for Bigglebach. Bigglebach around for Lund. Now Olson. Across the red line. He'll dump it in. And it'll be Spalding to be first on the puck. Back to Olson. Off of his stick. And then he lost the tire. Comes up the point. And nice little pass across to Schmid. He'll go 1-on-3. Schmid cuts to the middle. Stood up nicely by Johnson. And they go sliding into the net. And then we get a whistle as I believe the net may have come off, which is a common occurrence here at the Victoria Rec Center. Both nets come off pretty often. So Gold has had more possession time in this game, I'd say. Haven't really had great chances yet. But it's 1-0. Purple. A long shot from Gavin Lucy. Here comes Ramaka in with Lindell. Ramaka across to Lindell, looking for him on the far post. They go hard into the net. And net comes off, and they're going to say it stays in the zone. As Colleran and Lindell go in hard on the far post. Ramaka put it perhaps just a couple inches away from a Lindell stick. He put it in the right spot where only Lindell was going to be able to tip it in, and just a little too far out of his reach. That faceoff is won back and then whistled down as a faceoff infraction by, I think that's O'Connell, so they should send him out, but it looks like they're not going to. Now they are. He'll be replaced by Madsen. And it's unfortunate because the Storm, or the Gold team had, they said that was out. From my vantage point, it looked like he caught that inside the blue line or just on the blue line. Didn't look like it came fully out. So it'll be Waisanen against O'Connell. This time O'Connell wins it back. Pressured immediately by Gold. Almost able to create a turnover. Instead, it's forced out. Connors in, dumps to Johnson. Johnson in the corner. That's Ty Johnson. 2 Johnsons on purple, 1 on gold. Here's Lucy pinching in. Slides out now to Lindell. Lindell will hoist it out to center ice. Schmid there, taking Lucy's place. Now Lucy at the red line. Across to Johnson, not a little too far out of his reach. And it'll be Palmquist first on it. Palmquist across to, is that Quinn Johnson? And then it's thrown all the way down by Lindell. And Drew Lindell throws it all the way down the ice, and he gets a "what are you doing" by his co-head coach father, Chad Lindell. .808 to go in the first period. Purple leading Gold 1-0. Face-off won by Gold, but Perry able to get it out, and then it's thrown back in offsides. Good pressure there by Dawson Perry. Kurtt against Terrell. It's a draw, comes to Asanoff, kicks it over to Perry, and Perry overskated, allowing Terrell now on it. Backhand shot goes wide. Asanoff will give it over to Kurtt, reaches for it, had to slow down for that, and he'll dump it in and chase. Henry Johnson flipped it. It comes to Asanoff at the near far side. Asanoff backhand in front to Perry. His shot right on. Saved by Parrington. Asanoff just threw that into a spot in front of the net, and Perry jumped to that spot and got a shot off. Probably the best scoring opportunity to this point, at least with a shot in this game. Face-off one back to Lund. Long shot right on. Rebound almost slides out to Kurtt. Says it's pushed away by, I believe, Ide. Now Lund in his own zone, bothered by Weens. Lund will throw it high off the glass, bouncing puck at the blue line, kept in by Flannery. Pushed up the wall, turned off by, I think that's Tesmer. Now Tesmer in the corner, feeds it up to Flannery. Long shot through traffic and got through everything and missed the net. Now Perry, bothered from behind, he'll throw it all the way down, and looks like we'll have an icing. 7:03 to go in the opening period. Purple leads Gold 1-0. It'll be Connors against Spalding, I believe. This puck at the top of the circle comes out to Olson. Olson waits, and eventually feeds it over to Hokkanen. And looks like a penalty coming. I had a notification on my phone, so I took my eye off the play. I didn't really see the penalty call. It's going to be Hokkanen going for interference. I think he dumped a purple player right in front of their bench. Player that did not have the puck. And purple will go on the power play. First power play of the game as Hokkanen goes in the box for interference with 6:51 to go in the opening period. Face-off one cleanly back to Lucy. Feeds it across to Ty Johnson. Up to Madsen, back to Johnson. Now down to Schmid. Up the wall. Olson will dig it out and skate it out. Try to flip it off the wall. That's intercepted by Madsen. Now Olson pressuring. Creates a turnover. Olson's got some speed. Gets around Lucy. Olson in. Olson shoots. Oh, off the side of the net. It looked from this vantage point that it was in, but it bounced off the side of the net. Short-handed chance there by Dylon Olson. He got around Lucy. Lucy a little flat-footed there, and Olson recognized that nicely and turned on the Jets. Now a turnover back to Olson. Waits for Spalding to clear. Pushed off the wall by Lucy. Oh, pass across from Spalding misses, or to Spalding. And Spalding loses the handle to Schmid. Now Johnson. Now it's flipped out. Penalty halfway over to Hokkanen. Here's Madsen at his own blue line. Gives it up to Johnson. He touches it in. Colleran will chase. And then it's thrown out into the glove of Olson at the blue line. He lost control. And Colleran shot. Glove save. Rebound. They score. Shot by Colleran. Hits the glove of Branton. Bounces right out into the slot. And Luke Terrell throws it in on the open net, and that's a power play goal for Purple. They lead 2-0 with 5:33 to go. I'd have to say Brant probably wants that one back. He wants to catch that one. But that being said, the gold penalty killers need to pick up that player and make sure they're the first ones on the puck and not Purple. Here's Lindell now. Lindell, puck right on, rebound comes out. There's a shot, they score. Nice response by Gold. It's Waisanen. Lindell's shot right on, then the loose puck slides out to the right circle, and nice hard shot by Waisanen. That's his 5th of the season. And it's 2-1 with 5:20 to go in the opening period. Purple leading, but good response there by Gold right off the previous goal on the immediate rush. Right back at it is Lindell. Lindell stick handling, getting around one. Then he's turned off by Tesmer. Waisanen in the corner, bothered by a couple of Purple players. Thrown off the side of the net. Pushed around by Flannery, kept in. Bouncing puck, now going behind. Gets eyed, and then it slides out. It'll be Girding first on. He's got to hurry. He's bothered by Weens. Touches it head to Lindell. Lindell lost the handle at the blue line. Now turned over again. Ramaka in. Ramaka 1-on-5. He backhands it in. Comes right back to him. Has Kurtt coming in. There's a shot by Ramaka. Goes high. Picked up by Perry. Nope, to Johnson. Johnson, a fluttering puck. Almost finds his way through. Kurtt lurking in front. Now Kurtt digging a puck out in the corner. Pushed into the wall. Loses his stick. Pushes the player into the back of the net. Could have been an interference call there. They don't call it. Turned over to Perry. Perry, long shot. That's blocked up front. Kurtt looking for a turnaround shot. Good forecheck coming here for Gold, and then forcing Purple to throw it all the way down. Unfortunately on net, so no icing. And Palmquist a little slow getting back. Fortunately able to come up with that puck. Then he passes to the front. There's a shot that hit something in front on the way there. Asanov cross to Kurtt. Kurtt off the wall and down. And they're going to say that's icing, that Madsen didn't touch it. 3:50 to go in the first period. Purple got up to a 2-0 lead, and then a quick response by Gold off a rebound goal by Oscar Waisanen. Face-off won by Spalding. Cross to Hokkanen. Kept in by Stewart, who'll throw it into the corner. Good hard check thrown by Palmquist in the corner on Schmid. Backhand pass across to Hokkanen. He has his pocket picked by Lucy, but it slides to Spalding. Spalding jumps around a check by Schmid and throws it in. Madsen in his own zone will go across ice. Broken up by Hokkanen. Broke up that clearing attempt right into his chest. It bounced to his skates, but he's not able to get a shot off on it. There's could be a penalty coming there against Girding. No call coming as Johnson was hauled down. Girding got his stick somewhere in the skates or midsection of Ty Johnson. Cross for Terrell up to Lucy. Lucy, long shot right on. Rebound comes out, picked up by Olson, who apparently doesn't get it out. Neither official in great position to see that. Overskated by Girding now. Johnson up the near wall. comes out with it. Shot blocked, goes high off the end wall now, behind the net, thrown off the side of the net, bounces up to Johnson at the point. He'll dump it in for Colleran. Good sustained pressure by Purple here. There's Terrell, throws it in front. Now a long shot, save, rebound, they score. Colleran gets the rebound goal. That's 2 rebound goals to this point. Long shot from the blue line, right on net, saved by Brandt. Colleran dumps it in the open net, and it's 3-1. They regain the 2-goal lead. Purple leads with 2:16 to go. That line hemmed in their zone for a long time, just could not get it out. They had the puck just outside the blue line, and they could not, or just inside the blue line, could never find its way through. And it's 3-1 Purple. A lot of goals here in this first period. Puck slides out. It'll be a Ramaka turnaround shot. That's blocked. Goes to in the corner for Lindell. Lindell, bothered by a couple of Purple Stormhawks, gives it down to Ramaka. Waisanen alone in front for a moment, but then Ramaka lost the handle. Comes out to Bigglebach, keeps it in to the stick of Stewart, who throws it to center ice. Lund stands up. Colleran at center ice. Here's a shot, save. Rebound comes out to Lund. Lund jumps around a Colleran's check. 3-on-2. Oh, then he lost the handle. Still with it, though, as Henry Johnson goes down. Lund behind the net. Lund still with it. On his backhand, his shot is blocked. Lund keeps it in his skates. Nice shift here by Lund. Unfortunately, nothing to show for it there, as he never got a shot on net. Good possession there, just couldn't finish. Here's Bigglebach, slides to the front, shot right on, and easy save for Parrington. 1:11 to go in the opening period. Purple leading Gold 3-1. Face-off one back to Palmquist. Long shot, high over the glove and wide of Parrington. Kept in by Johnson, but then thrown out. Good stick lift there by Jackson. Shot right on, save. And the rebound push to the corner for Azanoff to give to Palmquist. He'll give it around to Perry. Perry up the right side. 3-on-3 rush. He'll dump it in, and Kurtt will chase. And Azanoff thrown off the official. Eventually bounces to the top of the circle. Flannery bothered by Perry. Now in the corner. And a nice little breakout there. Tesmer up the left side, pushed into the wall by Johnson. There's Tesmer. He'll rim it around. It'll be Perry to try to get it around the defenseman, picked up by Johnson and thrown out of the zone. Lucy up to Tesmer, gives to Madsen. Madsen at the right circle, fed out to the slot, right on the stick of Olson. He can't get it out. And that's it for the first period. 3-1 after one, Purple leads. Shots on the board, 9-8 in favor of Purple. And I think that's pretty accurate. It's been a relatively even game. One of the things that I haven't seen a lot of this Gold team this year is second chance opportunities. Most of the time, Chaska, Chanhassen, and Gold will limit shots to the outside and then not allow rebound opportunities. And in this game, we've seen 2. One a power play goal, so you can maybe forgive that a little bit. But the other one, 5-on-5, you should have numbers there. You should be able to clear out your those rebounds or clear out the players that are coming for the rebounds. And for the majority of this season, Gold has succeeded in that and keeping shots out to the perimeter. And both initial shots are 2 of the 3, well, actually all 3 of the goals started with shots on the perimeter, and then 2 of the 3 were rebound opportunities. It'll be Olson, Hokkanen, and Spalding, with Bigglebach and Palmquist, and then the Gavin, Schmid, Connors, and Ty Johnson line for Purple. So puck out to Palmquist. Palmquist off the glass and into the corner. Fed ahead to Johnson. Johnson is passed behind Schmid. It's going to slide into the gold zone, and icing waved as Bigglebach was ruled he could get it in time, and he pretty much did. He was coasting in. Picked up by Lucy. He'll feed it off the official on the near wall. It's a shot off the tip of the glove, I think, of Brandt. That was Johnson. And a little bit of sleepwalking here by Gold. And they are forced to throw it all the way down the ice for icing. And I'd change the line right there because they looked like they were no interest there. And they do. Not a great starting shift of the second period for Chaska, Chanhassen, and Gold. So it'll be Waisanen against Luke Terrell. Waisanen wins it back to Bigglebach. Bigglebach off the wall. Didn't get a lot on it, so can't find its way to Ramaka. And it's pushed out by Waisanen, picked up by Terrell. Is passed through the legs of Lindell to Stewart, who dumps it in. And then it's thrown into the Purple bench. And we'll have a face-off to the left of Nathan Brandt. Just over a minute into the second period. Purple leading 3-1. Face-off controlled by Ramaka. He's got Lindell going down the right side. Ramaka gets around one. Ramaka, his shot right on. Rebound out of the reach of Parrington, but he gets help from Henry Johnson to get it out. Now an outlet pass to Colleran. Bothered by Lund. Slides into the zone. And eventually fed out by Lindell. Good pressure by Waisanen trying to get around Stewart. And it comes over to Henry Johnson. He dumps it out to Terrell. Terrell bothered from behind by Lindell. Now Johnson with the puck in the skates of the official and eventually finds its way to Ramaka. He's got Lindell. Nice pass to the stick of Lindell. Backhand shot into the glove of Parrington. It'll be Kurtt against Tesmer. Tesmer wins that one cleanly. Back to Ide. Ide around for Jackson, and that's turned away by Palmquist. Into the corner. Azanoff throwing a check behind the net. Azanoff picking up the puck. It bounces to Jackson, who will flip it cross zone. Wiens got his stick up into the arm of Girding. Now Perry with it. Crossed the red line and lost the handle. Got help from Palmquist. Palmquist kicks it ahead. Palmquist down the left side. Palmquist. Shot saved by Parrington. I'd like to see Azanoff go a little harder to the front of the net on that rush there. If he does, he gives Palmquist an option to maybe throw it off the far pad and look for an Azanoff tip in. And a penalty coming against Perry as he just runs over Wiens. I don't know how intentional that was. I think he was just skating hard and there was Wiens in front of him, but you got to be in control. Oh, I thought Palmquist was going in. No, it is Perry going for interference, second interference penalty of the game against Gold. And Purple scored on their last power play. Face-off one back. It flipped out and won't be icing. The rolling puck will be picked up by Lucy. To Johnson out of his reach, comes to Spalding. Spalding across to Bigglebach. Bigglebach back to Spalding. Spalding going to go 1-on-3 shorthanded, gets around Lucy. And eventually loses the handle, comes to Schmid up the near side. Try to feed it around Bigglebach. That's off his skate and thrown out of the zone and offsides. It'll be Spalding against Connors. Purple controls that, or at least wins that faceoff. Johnson in his own zone will flip it high. Glove down by Olson. He gets across the red line, across to Spalding. If he catches that, he might be able to get around Lucy. There's a shot from a sharp angle. And that's like a free breakout. You don't want to shoot like that, especially on the penalty kill, as it's a free breakout for Purple. Now Schmid. Checked in hard by Spalding. Good no call there. And Schmid did still have the puck, or at least just a moment before the check. Here's a chance from Schmid. Tried to step around Johnson. Good stick there by Quinn Johnson. It's in the skates of Schmid. There's a chance right on front, sticked away by Brandt. Now pushed out to the point. Madsen, long shot, blocked up high by Olson. Terrell battling with Johnson. Passes up high, and it's going to slide out. Good stick by Spalding. He's going to try to race Madsen, but Madsen had the had his edges going in the right direction on that one. And Spalding at the tail end of a long penalty-killing shift. Backhand pass across, looking for Madsen to knock it out of midair. Good stick by Johnson, then a shot and a blocker save. Slides up to Hokkanen. Hokkanen, toe picks, or there's a sniper somewhere that takes him out as he crosses the red line. Into the zone comes Terrell. Down the right side, tried to do a backhand pass to the front. There it is, the pass eventually goes across the top of the crease. Up to the point, long shot by Stewart, right on. Rebound goes high, behind the net. And a Michigan goal by Ryan Colleran. He picked the puck up on his stick behind the net and threw it in over the shoulder of Brandt. He had the perfect opportunity with the puck there. The puck was on end, and he got his stick under it, had it lay down onto the blade of his stick, picked it up, and threw it over the shoulder of Brandt. It's 4-1, and that was a beauty of a goal. Not easy to do, but it was perfect setup for Ryan Colleran to attempt that thing. All these players talk about wanting to do that in a game. You couldn't have asked for a better one. I believe it was still a power play goal. And so that shows you even further that power play, there was more space on the ice as there were fewer gold players. Lindell throws it down, knocked out of midair by Stewart and dumped down the ice. We'll see if it's icing. Weens will try to break up icing, and it slides across the goal line. So it's called a Michigan. The goal is called a Michigan because in I think it was 1998, 99, something like that. Maybe earlier, Mike Legg of the University of Michigan scored a goal in the NCAA tournament against the University of Minnesota, against Steve DeBus, I believe was the goaltender. And so since then it's been called the Michigan. It's a lacrosse-style goal. And we've seen it in a number of different leagues at this point. I've yet to see it at Bantam B1 hockey, so that was a rarity right there. Hopefully I got it on camera. Here's Ramaka down the left side. Rebound comes to Waisanen. Oh, then thrown out in front right to the skate of Lindell. He kicks it ahead and just missed the open net. If it went in, I don't know if that would have been a goal. Outlet pass to Schmid. Schmid one-on-one with Lund. Jumps around Lund, sliding puck in front, and Palmquist there to pick up the stick of Schmid before he can get on it. And gloved by Brandt, and we'll have a face-off. 4-1, 8:58 to go in the second period. Purple leading gold. Shots 11-11. Two-on-one chance if they hurry. Perry gets around Lucy. Perry in alone. Perry in. Scores! Breakaway goal by Dawson Perry. And they needed that in a big way. It's 4-2. With 8:49 to go in the second period, Perry just outraced Lucy, got around him, and went in all alone. Beats Parrington high over his glove. That's Perry's 11th of the season. Maybe there'll be an assist. I'm not sure. There's Perry off the face-off win. Up the wall comes to Kurtt. Kurtt in with Azanoff. Across to Azanoff. Azanoff in alone. He missed the high over the glove. That would have been Azanoff first of the year. Great pass by Kurtt, finding Azanoff to go in alone. He had a good shot. He just missed high over the glove. Knocked down by Perry at the near wall. Then he's pushed in hard. Penalty, no penalty coming. Girding off the far wall. Girding now just across the red line. Slides in off sides, and then it bounced right back. Azanoff skating to the bench, going, oh, you got to be kidding me. How do I not score that? Azanoff looking for his first of the year, and that was a great opportunity off a good pass from Kieran Kurtt. And Azanoff was in alone. Tesmer tried to give it over to Stewart. Intercepted by Spalding. Spalding tried to feed it in. He's cut off by Stewart. Now it's Tesmer to go in with Weens. Tesmer across the top of the zone. Long shot blocked up high. Comes to Olson. 3-on-2 if they hurry. A little slow in developing. Olson probably should have fed that ahead to Palmquist. Palmquist had a head of steam. And Olson was a little flat-footed as he got the puck. Now one-on-one. Jackson stood up nicely by Johnson. Johnson, what he lacks in size, he makes up for in knowing when. Oh, there's a chance right out in front of the net. What Johnson lacks in size, he makes up for in, I would say, hockey sense. He knows when to step up and try to cut off a play regardless of the size of the attacker. He does an excellent job at that. 7:11 to go, so we're just a little more than halfway through this game. Purple leads 4-2. 2 power play goals, if I'm not mistaken, for Purple. And the last one, a Michigan goal by Ryan Colleran. They dig away at the near half wall. Eventually come out to Lindell. Lindell gives it across to Ramaka. Ramaka across the red line. Up to Waisanen. Waisanen dumps it in. It'll be Ramaka first on it. Ramaka will escape. And he's cut off. A nice check thrown. Play is getting a little chippy. Not a lot of room on that side. Here's Lindell. Here's a shot right on. Saved by Parrington. Now Lund to pinch down the far side. Into the corner. Bounces to Lund. Lund, his shot is blocked on its way. Now Bigglebach. Bigglebach. His shot redirected. It's sitting in the crease. Oh, and a quick whistle by the official. Bigglebach's shot from the point tipped in front by Waisanen, found its way through the pads and was sitting on the goal line. And then a whistle by the official as he lost sight of it. And I can't blame him. I mean, he didn't see it, and it looked like Parrington had stopped it. The first person on the puck was a Purple defender, so it's not like it was an automatic goal. There was a chance, potentially still a chance for Colleran. Racing with Lund. Good race there, and Lund wins that battle. Now it's in the skates of the official. Finds its way out to Ramaka. Ramaka gets around Madsen. Ramaka down the left side, cutting in. Ramaka goes in hard, and the puck sitting in the front of the net. Now it's thrown off the stick of Parrington. Turnaround shot there by Waisanen. Now Madsen down the left side and stood up by Girding. Now pass in front, shot right on. That was O'Connell, I believe. Back and forth we go. Azanoff touches it in, and Ramaka goes for a change. Loose puck comes to Waisanen. Shot right on, comes to Perry. Perry across to Azanoff. Oh, he missed the net. Not a great chance for Michael Azanoff. And it comes out to neutralize. Girding off his stick to Palmquist. Good. Stormhawks showing good battle here. Palmquist fighting through several checks. He dumps it in. It'll be Perry first on the puck for Gold against Lucy. Now Azanoff. Now in the corner it'll be O'Connell, bothered by Kurtt. Kurtt coming in hard. We got 5 Stormhawks down there in the corner. Intercepted at the line by Palmquist. Kurtt pushed off the puck and thrown all the way down. Might be on net. No, it will not. So it'll be icing. 4:46 to go in the second period. Purple leading Gold 4-2. The recent push has been for Gold. They've looked a little more momentum on there after the Perry goal to make it 4-2. And then some good opportunities. There's a puck through the slot. And Lund can't hold it there. It'll be Olson. Across to Johnson. Up in the skates of Spalding. He finds the handle. Spalding. Across to Hokkanen. His shot doesn't find its way through. A little bit behind him. And here comes, now we got a penalty behind the play as Hokkanen and Stewart. We're doing a little jousting, I think, behind the play. And they're both going to go for, I assume, roughing or slashing or being mean to each other. 2 roughing calls there, so we'll have a face-off at center ice. I assume we'll have 5-on-5, or maybe we'll do 4-on-4. 5-on-5. Face-off 1, back to Flannery. Flannery will flip it ahead, turned away by Johnson. Johnson to Olson, across to Lindell. Lindell, long shot. Deflected, goes wide and behind the net. Spalding throws it in front, through everything, picked up by Christian Jackson. Pass across to Weens. Weens one-on-one with Lund. Goes in deep, out in front. Shot by Jackson, I believe stopped by Brandt. Brandt was leaning a little bit to his left, but I think he may have got his right arm on the puck. Nice pass by, well, I believe it was Weens out to Jackson. A tough play for a goaltender to pick up a puck coming out from behind. Now it's pitchforked out and down. Johnson in his own zone. Johnson's got to escape. Didn't really have Palmquist to give it to, as there was a change happening for Purple. Ramaka fighting through the check of Lucy. Ramaka across to Waisanen. Shot, glove save by Parrington. Nice look there by Ramaka to find Waisanen on the far side. Just took a little bit too long to materialize. I actually think Ramaka had as good of a scoring opportunity. There's a shot from Bigglebach into the glove of Parrington. Purple has certainly made a push since going down 4-1. They have 1 goal to show for it so far. Connor's pushed by Ramaka. Connor's going in to the wall, and it's thrown out. It'll be Johnson first on. 2-on-1 if they hurry with Schmidt. Johnson down the right side. Shot saved by Brandt. .255 left in the second period. 4-2, Purple leading Gold. Face-off controlled by Gold. That's Ramaka. Ramaka off the wall and in. He will chase down Lucy. Intercepted at the half wall by Waisanen. Waisanen pushed in hard by Connors. Now it's Ramaka down deep. Comes out to Bigglebach. Bigglebach, his shot goes into the far corner. Waisanen will push it into the corner further. And it's Ide first on it. He'll rim it around for Schmid. Schmid will have to go in the other direction. He just kicked it right to Perry. Perry around the end wall. Perry around a couple of checks. Perry still with it. Perry across to Bigglebach. Bigglebach skates in, shoots. Loose puck in front. Oh, and both Kurtt and Ramaka missed the open net, I think. Perry tried to skate through several Purple players. Now it's thrown all the way down for icing. If it makes it there, it does. With 1:56 to go, there's a great chance there for Gold to get within 1 once again. Now they get a goal here in the last 1:56 of this period. That could be a great springboard into the third. It'll be Kurtt, Lindell, and Azanoff. So the lines have changed a bit with the penalties. Kurtt holding the wall. Feed it off the far side. Thrown down, all the way down, and we'll have icing. Kurtt against Terrell. Or Terrell, I don't know. Terrell wins that. Lund pinching, he's got to win it. He does. He didn't. It was a 3-on-1 rush going the other way. Pass in front. That's turned away by Madsen. Now Kurtt first on it. Tried a no-look backhand pass out front. Didn't get much on it. Intercepted by Lindell. Turnaround shot. Doesn't find its way to the net. Lindell pushed from behind. Fights through a couple checks. Lindell still fighting with it. Lindell looking for a turnaround pass out in front, I think. Asanoff lost the handle. And then it's thrown out of the zone where it's girding in the neutral zone. Bounces eventually to Lindell. Now Terrell back to Flannery. Flannery's pass a little too far. Intercepted by Lund and then thrown in by Kurtt right on net. As several of the Gold players go for a change. Long outlet pass. Tipped at just on the other side of the red line. So no icing. Girding off the wall. Didn't have much on it. Pass in front. Picked up by Palmquist. And then Palmquist had Spalding streaking. If he just waits a second, he could put probably a better pass on that. And it's just out of reach of Spalding. 28.5 seconds to go in the second period. It's 4-2 Purple leads. Face-off controlled by Purple. Can't do much with it. Flipped down. Olson will chase and try to negate icing. They do. Comes to Hokkanen. Hokkanen tried to throw it in front. That's turned away. And Hokkanen's going to get his third penalty of the game. I think it's his third. And he getting chastised by the coaching staff. I said, that's 3. And that was an effort penalty. He was just reaching from behind. And that's a hooking call against Hokkanen. And the third power play of the game coming for Purple. You can't fault the officials. It's the official as far as penalties called. They've been pretty obvious, and they've scored on 2 of their power plays. I think it's their third, maybe it's their fourth. There's a long shot, blocked up high. Stewart with it. Stewart a long shot, glove save. Rebound comes out. Jackson pad save, and that'll do it for the second period. 4-2 after 2. Purple leads. Shots on the board 15-14 in favor of Gold. Chaska Chanhassen Gold will continue D6 play tomorrow night at Minnetonka, one of the top teams in the district. And then next week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they head to Fargo for the Buffalo Wild Wings Wood Chipper Classic. They'll take on Northern Lakes on Friday afternoon at 3. Egan at 1 o'clock on Saturday. And then West Fargo Blue at 8 p.m. on Saturday night. And then depending on how those games go, they'll play the game time on Sunday will depend on that. I believe if they win their pool, it's an 8 or 8:15 semifinal game on Sunday morning. Otherwise, I think the earliest they could play is like 11 or so. Meanwhile, Chaska Chanhassen Purple will have District 6 games. Their next 3 at Jefferson, at home against New Prague, and then at Waconia. And then they finish their tournament schedule on February 3rd to the 5th at the Lakeville Cougar Classic. Gold entering this game 3-5-2, winners of their last 2. And Purple, at least according to the schedule on Youth Hockey Hub, 1-9-0 in their last 10. But so far, it's Purple on the scoreboard, leading 4-2. It's been a relatively even played game. I mean, the difference really is the power plays. 2 power play goals for Purple, 0 for Gold. 0 power plays at all for Gold. Here's Tesmer into the zone. He's got Jackson to his right. It slides over to Jackson. Jackson fighting through a Palmquist check. Now into the far corner. Leaves it down for, I believe, Tesmer. Shot. Misses the net. Slides out and kept in by Henry Johnson. Comes over to Palmquist. Palmquist will reverse over to Olson. Olson flips it out of the zone. And no icing. It'll be Weens in his own zone. Tesmer across the red line to Weens in his skates. Tesmer regains the loose puck. Shot right on and saved by Brandt. 1:02 left on the penalty to Sean Hokkanen. I guess I wouldn't be surprised if he may see some additional bench time after having 3 penalties called on him in this game. It's a loose puck to Ramaka. He'll hoist it out to Ide. Ide in his own zone, up to O'Connell. No, sorry, that is Connors. Connors loses it. Now Waisanen gets around Flannery and out of the zone. It'll be Ty Johnson in his own zone. Johnson to Flannery. Schmid whacking at the ice for the puck. Flannery will skate it in, dump it for Schmid. Now back to Flannery. His backhand pass off a skate of Palmquist. Long shot by Flannery. Now a rebound shot by Schmid, doesn't get anything on it. .21 seconds to go on the purple power play. 13:32 left in the third period. There's Terrell, try to feed it in front. That's kicked away. Now O'Connell into the far corner. It'll be Bigglebach on it. Bigglebach flips it ahead for Lindell, and he'll sweep it down the ice. Lucy chasing. Lucy up to Colleran. Colleran will one-hand it in to Brandt. He'll stick it into the corner. Lucy first on it. Backhand pass to Colleran. And then picked up by Perry. He blew a tire, but got it ahead to Kurtt. We're skating 5-on-5. Kurtt in. Gets around Madsen. Kurtt in. He's taken down. No call coming. Shot right on. And Kurtt tried to split the defenseman. He gets no call. He comes up going, what do I have to do here? And I got to be honest, I'm a little biased, but I'd like to see them try to even up the calls a little bit. That was an opportunity for them to do that. Kieran and I have played on the pond. We played yesterday, and he's got outstanding hands and great stick handling moves, and I've encouraged him to try to use that when appropriate. Looks like he attempted to do that a little bit there. He did split the defense and got the puck all the way to the front of the net. Good chance there for the Stormhawks, or for gold. Kurtt wins this back to Girding. Girding will throw it in deep. Perry first on it. Perry touches it over to Azanoff. Perry tried to come out in front, lost the handle, and Perry threw it to the near side. Nobody there in blue. Intercepted by Kurtt, and then he gives it right back to Jackson. That's twice now this line has given the puck to Christian Jackson. Now it's given right back as Perry. He'll slow up, give it across to Kurtt in his own zone. Now across to Perry. Perry can't quite handle the pass. And now it's Weens, 1-on-2 with Bigglebach. Backhand shot, missed the net, but Weens picks up his own rebound. Jumps over a check of Girding, pass in front. That slides all the way out to Ide. He'll dump it in for Weens. Pass in front, loose puck in front, saved by Brandt. I think that was Jackson got a shot off. Now Bigglebach on it. Bigglebach with Olson. Olson tried to feed it back to Bigglebach, and that's intercepted. Now Hokkanen. Hokkanen out of the box to Johnson. Johnson gets around the forechecking of Schmid and around Ty Johnson. Then his pass to Spalding a little too far, and that's an icing. 11:13 to go in the third period. It's 4-2 purple. It was 4-1, and then Dawson Perry got the breakaway goal, and then Azanoff had two great opportunities to make it 4-3. And we haven't seen one chance basically for gold in this third period. Here's Olson off the face-off. He's got Hokkanen with him. He's going to flip it right on net. Sticked away and into the corner by Parrington, excuse me. Looks like the officials put their whistles away. Here's Olson across to Hokkanen. No, and he just missed the net. He's tied up at the side of the net. Comes out to Bigglebach, or Lund, excuse me. His shot goes high over the net. And it's off the wall all the way down, and icing is the call. 10:42 to go. Chaska, Chanhassen Gold is going to need one here relatively soon if they have hopes of coming back and going ahead. There's truly a draw. Here comes out to Hokkanen, or Ramaka, excuse me. Ramaka, his shot goes high over the crossbar. Thrown off the glass all the way up to Johnson. Try to whack at it. Kept it in for a moment. Now Johnson, his pass hops over the stick and skate of Ramaka. Now Waisanen, bothered by Kieran, comes out to Ramaka, back to Bigelbach. No, Lund. Now Waisanen down the right side. His pass gets behind everybody, comes up to Johnson. Johnson whacks at it, gets it in to the top of the circle, but then thrown out. Lund in his own zone, bothered by Kieran. Lund gets by Kieran. Lund with a head of steam, getting around Stewart. Lund still with it, tried to give it up to Waisanen, and now he'll backhand it in deep. It'll be Lindell first on it. Lindell escaping Terrell. Lindell still with it. In front, they score! Great patience by Drew Lindell to find Oscar Waisanen on the weak side. And it's 4-3. Lindell protecting, and found Waisanen all alone on the weak side, and he dumps it in the open net. 9:40 to go in the third. 4-3, Purple leading Gold. That's Waisanen's second of the game. This one coming off a pass from Drew Lindell. There's Bigelbach in his own zone, picking up a loose puck. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Bigelbach, they'll push it in deep. He stood up. Good pressure there by Azanoff. Azanoff fighting through a check of Flannery. Now here's a loose puck picked up by Bigelbach. He'll throw it in deep. Pressure there by Perry. He's got Kurtt alone for a moment. Perry fighting through a couple of checks, lost the handle, comes up to the far wall, and penalty coming behind the play as Kurt's dumped behind the play by, I believe that's Flannery. Flannery's going to go for roughing or cross-checking. So first power play of the game coming for Gold as Jamison Flannery going for interference with 8:55 to go in the third. Gold trails 4-3 now on their first power play of the game. Gold has been, there's a chance in front, almost. Now Girding, long shot, looking for a tip in front by Hokkanen. No, Spalding. And it's thrown out and down. Should be icing if it makes its way there, and it does. I'm pretty sure that Girding shot from the left point was more of a pass to find Hokkanen on the far side. At least that's where the puck went. 15 seconds down, killed from that penalty. Here's Olson getting around Schmidt. Olson shot, save. Rebound comes to the side of that. It's going to be thrown around the wall. It'll be picked up by Girding, and he can't quite hold the wall. And he'll have to chase back in his own zone. Girding escapes, but then lost control. He goes down. A big hit thrown behind the play there by Olson. But good penalty killing so far by Purple. Hokkanen, nice interception there by Madsen. Madsen read that play nicely. Now across to Olson. Olson in, now on the left side. Olson getting bothered by, can't tell, Ty Johnson. Pass across, and Spalding has his stick lifted as Hokkanen looking to find Spalding on the far side. There's a pass intercepted by Lucy. He'll throw it all the way down, maybe. I'm not sure that puck will make it with the dirty ice. It will not. Palmquist, his pass off the skate of stick of Spalding. Now knocked down at the blue line by Kieran. Kieran, his shot, saved by Brandt. Good shot by Kieran through the defense of Quinn Johnson. So 29 seconds left to go on the power play for Gold. They trail 4-3. with 7:23 to go in the third period, looking to complete a 3-goal comeback. Ramaka across the red line. Ramaka will throw it around Henry Johnson and chase. Picked up first by Connors, but then it gives it to Lindell. Lindell down to Ramaka. Ramaka pushed into the wall by Stewart. Ramaka comes right out. He lost the handle. Stopped at the line by Johnson, and his shot goes off the shin pad of Colleran. And we're skating 5-on-5 again. Power play over. Chaska Chanhassen Gold 0 for 1 on the power play. Colleran across the red line into Gold territory. Still with it. Long shot. Ooh, just trying to get Brandt leaning, and he got a toe on it. Now Lindell in. Lindell, his shot ramps off a stick into the glass behind the net. Ramaka fighting for the puck in the just to the left of the left circle. It'll be Waisanen to come out with it. Waisanen across, and Lindell looking to knock one out of midair. Then it's thrown off the rafters by Colleran. We'll have a face-off in the purple territory. With 6:14 to go in the third period. Purple leading Gold 4-3. Shots are 23-18 in favor of Gold. It'll be Kurtt, Asanoff, and Perry. Face off right on to Parrington. We'll do it again. Face off won by Kurtt. Long shot, glove save by Parrington. It's Kurtt against Tessmer. I think Tessmer won the first one, but he won it right back to Parrington, and Kurtt won the second one. And the rubber match goes to Kurtt. Perry fighting through a check. Getting help from Kurtt. Kurtt comes out with it. Sharp angle shot, he scores! Kurtt from a sharp angle goes short side, top shelf. And it's 4-4. Gold Stormhawks come back from a 4-1 deficit. It's 4-4. Kurtt scores his 6th of the season. He got a loose puck down low, came out, and beat Parrington to the short side. Clearing attempt, kicked away by Lucy. Perry tried to fight through it, can't get it out. Bigglebach does get it out, knocked out of midair by Johnson. Kurtt going for a check. Johnson steps around that. Those two are kind of buddies. Kurtt with a flying elbow there, could have been bad. Madsen will have to chase it down in his own zone behind Parrington. Pass up to Schmid, bounced off the wall, comes to Terrell, knocked out of midair by Olson, or maybe it went off into the bench. One of the players on the bench, so I would assume we'd have a face-off in purple territory. No, Maybe Olson got a piece of that, and that's why it stays out of the purple zone. Face-off won by Spalding, back to Girding, he'll dump it in. Pressure there by Johnson, right in front! Olson, there's a chance again, they score! Hokkanen! And that comeback is fully complete. It's 5-4 Gold. Hokkanen scoring his 7th of the season. He's got a goal and 3 penalties in this game. He's all over the score sheet. I'm not even sure I can explain what happened there. I think Olson got the great shot on the stick side of Parrington. And then the loose puck was behind the net, thrown out in front, found Hokkanen lurking on the far side, and he dumps it in past a sprawling Parrington. Hokkanen looking for a big hit in front of the purple bench. Here's Lund, will dump it in. Hokkanen will chase, pushed there by Henry Johnson. Now fighting with, Hokkanen jumps around Stewart. Turned over now to Ramaka. Now down to Hokkanen. Hokkanen pushing hard. That's a boarding call. That's boarding. Wow. That's a bad no call there. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Tesmer in with Weens. Good stick by Johnson. Nice job by Quinn Johnson there to break up that rush. And then it's thrown in. Should be a face-off all the way down. I don't know how they don't call that penalty. Hokkanen getting blasted in the corner by Colby Stewart. (5-4). Gold now leading purple. They trailed 4-1. It's a face-off won by Gold to Ty Johnson, kept in by Palmquist. Palmquist throws it down. It'll be Flannery first on it. Flannery's pass to Schmid, hops by him. Johnson, bothered by Schmid. Nice little shifty move to get around Schmid. Now Lindell in. Lindell in alone. Oh, his stick save. Rebound save. Shot by maybe Ramaka. Lindell just split the defense, came in all alone, and just a toe save by Parrington kept that out. And then the rebound was kept out. Quinn Johnson, excellent play as a defenseman today, I gotta say. There's a nice little outlet pass to get it out of trouble. Palmquist in. Palmquist, his shot. He was bothered as he was shooting that. Loose puck at the top of the circle. Thrown out, it'll be Johnson first on it, across the red line. Gets around Ty Johnson. Johnson fights through a Terrell check. Quinn Johnson then just lost control. Now it's thrown out. It'll be Kurtt first on it. He's got Perry on the far side. He'll give it to him. Perry to Palmquist. Palmquist tried to get it through Johnson's skates. It'll be picked up by Kurtt. Kurtt in. Shoots. Glove save. Trying to go high again. Probably could have done a little bit more with that. Probably could have gone in a little bit closer, but shot is never a bad play there. And we're really going to see a push from purple here, I would assume, very quickly. Here's Madsen. He loses it to Kurtt. Kurtt behind the net. Back to Asinoff out in front. And that's picked up now by Colleran. Kurtt on a back check will pick up the puck there. He'll throw it off the wall out to safety, where it'll be Madsen on it. Intercepted by Asinoff, and he just couldn't quite get a pass across to Perry. Now a bouncing puck gathered up by Brent, and he'll get a whistle and a face-off in his own zone. 2:22 to go in the third period. Gold leading purple 5-4 after trailing 4-1. Scored 3 times, if I'm not mistaken, in this third period to take the lead, their first lead of the game. Olson flips it out, will chase it down, racing with Stewart. Parrington comes out. Parrington, he won that race coming out of his crease. Now a loose puck comes to Hokkanen. Hokkanen in. His shot right on, and no rebound as Spalding flying to the front of the net. We'll see when the purple coaches decide to pull Parrington. Analytics say you should do it now. And I know the traditional coaching move is to wait till a minute left, but apparently analytics say not. Here's a chance in front, they score! Spalding off a pass from Olson. And Parrington smacks his stick into the net. And that's a backbreaker there. Spalding, his 14th off of the season off a pass from Dylon Olson. Olson got the puck in the corner, found Spalding alone in front. Now right off the faceoff, Hokkanen in. Lifts the stick of Weens. His pass across, it'll be Olson first on it. Olson throws it in front, looking for a tip by Spalding. Slides all the way through. Hokkanen, same thing. Here's a shot. Misses something on the way there, and then Olson shoots, he scores. Olson gets one. Hokkanen gets one, and on that shift alone, I'm sorry, I can't even keep straight now. That whole line has at least one goal now. Spalding, Olson, and Hokkanen. Six unanswered goals by Chaska, Chanhassen, Gold. And what I believe is their largest scoring output of the season. I don't think we've scored more than 6 in a game. And that's just a gut punch of a loss, assuming they don't make a miraculous comeback. It's going to ruin a highlight reel goal by Ryan Colleran a little bit. And Purple has barely had the puck in this third period. I mean, they've really, as soon as they have it, they tend to lose it. And there's a good example of that, almost. Waisanen almost able to get it when it looked like clear possession. And there's another example. Perry with good back pressure, breaking up the possession of Terrell. Now Perry will look to skate it out himself. He will. He fights through the stick of Terrell. Gets it to the blue line, no farther. But then good pressure there by Lund, and it puck bounces into the Purple bench with 37.8 seconds to go. 6 unanswered goals by Gold, and they're going to go on to win 7-4, it looks like. It may sound weird in a game where we've allowed 4 goals, but Quinn Johnson has been outstanding in this game. I don't know if I can give him the player of the game in the sense of I don't think he has any points. Make me look good here, Quinn. Don't turn it over. He did. So 10 seconds left to play here in the third period. Perry with it. Perry in. Shot goes high over the blocker. Picked up by Johnson. Pushed in hard by Johnson. And that does it. 7-4. Chaska Chanhassen Gold defeats Purple. They trailed 4-1 and scored 6 straight to improve to 4-4-2 in District 6 play. I'm not sure if they get the fair play point or not. It'll be close. Purple falls in D6 play 2-8-0. And Gold next in action tomorrow night at Minnetonka, I believe at Pagel Activity Center on the campus of Minnetonka High School. Don't quote me on that. That's at 7 o'clock tomorrow. So goals today, if I marked them down right, 2 by Waisanen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 by Waisanen, 1 by Perry. 1, and then also 1 each by Olson, Spalding, Hokkanen, and Kurtt. 7-4 your final. Gold defeats Purple in a huge comeback from 3 down to win 3 up. That does it from Victoria Rec Center. This game brought to you by Edge Tech Hockey. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night.